Yes! Yes!
Set pressure on straight away.
Couple tight points here.
Yes!
Looking like he's going to dump serve in the first game. The opposite of what the doctor ordered.
Confident shot.
He certainly doesn't want to get into this quick hole that he finds himself. Fritz is a big server, tough to break.
On the edge. He deserves it.
It's July 4th. Come on, it's Independence Day in America. Does any American deserve some love? Come on.
Yes!
Pressure still on. Fourth break point.
Fritz is returning farther back against Davidovich Fokina than he did against either of his first two opponents who were hitting serves in the 140s and even in occasionally 150s. Oh, there it is.
Yes!
This serve must look like it's coming in slow motion. And that was 130. It was registered. Boy, it didn't feel like that. Fritz actually moved forward, took it early. He's seen the ball really well in this tournament. And that's a gutsy move to stand that close and sort of just block it. Smart, actually. Taylor's about as well prepared and analytical as any player I've ever talked to. I mean, he's got the game plan, the B plan, you name it, what his opponent does, what he does, if he does that. I mean, he's really likes to
Taylor Fritz to serve.
dig deep into any possible edge he can find.
Killer.
Yes!
Serve volley, but he'll win a lot of free points. It's a big first serve.
Right. First service.
Depth from the Spaniard. Walk up to his box from Fritz there. Disappointed to miss that one. Michael Russell, Fritz's coach on the right. Paul Anacone next to him.
Yes!
Still amazes me to see these, big guys, male players, most of them, if not all of them, serving, staying back, playing, extended rallies on the grass.
It's part of you wants to give them a shove, push them forward.
Yeah. Fritz has long talked about his desire to be better at net. He's better than he was. He's still not really comfortable there. Fokina has that, and he's the quicker of the two players. He's also the smaller of the two, so he's got to use his speed to his advantage, as he did on that, cutting that ball off.
So break back point.
Yes!
Father was a boxer. He's got that fighting instinct about him. Sometimes a little bit.
He does. He does.
But
Now I get it.
Yeah. I thought you might.
Second serve is something that Fritz has worked on hard as well, but it's not a strength. He's not going to get that. He's got to be leery of that because that's part of the plan for the Spaniard.
Advantage, Davidovich Fokina.
Sends him a second bite at the cherry.
Yes!
Did really well to get across to that, but no reward.
He's definitely quick. Fritz is rock solid on both sides in the ground stroke department. He actually hit a good second serve there, and he had the shot he wanted. was trying to hit it short deliberately because of how far back Davidovich-Fokina was. Just clipped the top of that tape.
Yes!
It's a bit windy, you know, gusts of wind and cropped up. I'm not blaming on that, but it's not the type of shot you want to miss there by that much. Fritz broke serve in the fourth chance he had, and it's the fourth chance Davidovich-Fokina has in the second game of the match. We'll be here a while if this keeps up.
Yeah. Buckle up.
The Raducanu match, we're going about 8 or 9 at this rate.
Yes!
Particularly well.
When you're tight and you hit flat, you know, if you don't time it right, it's going to fly in you. So you got to keep that into consideration when you're more or less guiding that forehand.
Yes!
Typical. He's a scrambler, hustler. He's not going to blow you off the court. He's going to outwork you. Yeah. But this will be semi-depressing if he loses both these games.
Black versus.
Yes!
Two games to love.
Not a lot between them, but the chance has been taken by Fritz. It hasn't been taken by the Spaniard.
Love.
Got married last month. Davidovich-Fokina, Miss Queens, because of the wedding. Went to Eastbourne and got to the semi-final. So instant
Squeezed it in between the French and Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Yes!
Fritz looking to take over the front court. You know, they push Davidovich Fokina back, and so far he's succeeding. He's hitting more shots around the baseline. Davidovich Fokina scrambling already. Way back. I mean, it's not unusual for him to be there, but I don't think he wants to be there all the time.
Point there for the Spaniards. There's Paloma, his wife, alongside David Sanchez and Felix Mantilla, two coaches of Davidovich Fokina.
Game Davidovich Fokina.
Yeah, he needed Davidovich Fokina, but he does hold.
Fritz leads 2-1. First set.
Sort of a cop-out for Davidovich Fokina to get married between the French and women. Hey, baby, listen, I love you, but I'm going to be busy at the French. You know how that is. I got to focus. And then forget about, much of a honeymoon because I got to get ready for Wimbledon. But you take care of everything else, okay? And I'll say I do. Okay. Might have to make up for it later in the year when there's a little bit more time off.
He says he didn't do much in organising the wedding, but he did. In the party, he was quite keen on that.
See, that's what I'm saying. I rest my case. Good young man. He's a credit to our sport, the way he goes out and plays as hard as he does. That's all you can ask for. Best ranked in 21. It was a couple of years ago. He's up at 27 now, so he's got to be feeling good about it after finishing last year. Some issues with his health. 61 in the world, so he's back on track, looking healthy.
Yeah, that has been the problem most of the time.
How about Oasis, Simon? First concert they're playing together in 16 years tonight. I believe it's in Wales.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Players are ready. Thank you.
Fighting. Finally got it. Let's see how long it lasts. Hopefully they don't start fighting again.
Yes!
Have you got a ticket for an Oasis trip? Not yet, but I definitely would like to see that. I saw them a few times in the past before they exploded. The brothers. What a talent those two are when they're together.
Oh. Yes! Yes!
That's the biggest difference in this match. Is that Fritz is going to win a lot of points on that first serve.
That one 132. He's been up as high as 135.
Oh. Yes!
Fritz leads 3-1.
Fritz has
First set.
worked as hard as anyone. It's somewhat unusual to see a guy get fitter, but then also get faster. There's a connection, mind and body. You know, feeling better about your fitness get you to try harder, and in turn, sort of somehow he covers the court better.
It's the name of the game these days. Big guys who move extraordinarily well.
You didn't see that very much at all back, not even that long ago. The size of these guys now, the average size of a tennis player from when I was playing, that's got to be 4 to 6 inches more. It's unbelievable.
30 love. Thank you, love.
It's getting his reward. Not service game, it's 3-2.
Fritz leads 3-2. First set.
Yeah, there's more about the game of Davidovich Fokina. He's willing to try different things, unorthodox things.
He's a guy that's also very fit, you know, when he's healthy, obviously. He's more willing to move forward. You know, he's not as nearly as tall, maybe, what is he, 6 feet?
5'11", just under.
Ooh, we won't even give him 6 feet, the poor guy. I mean, nowadays you're under 6 feet. It is extremely difficult to make serious inroads. But that's what he's got to do. You saw him use the drop shot early these first couple games. It's an effective shot against Fritz. Fritz wants to control the points. He wants to hit the serve, win a point or two on his serve a game, hit a big enough serve that he is on the attack from the first ground stroke, stay ahead. He'll play defense when he has to. Doesn't necessarily want to. He's gotten better. That's why he's the 5th seed here.
Time.
He's pretty much, to me, and this is all you can ask for, maximize what you can do as a tennis player. This is absolute best to Taylor Fritz these past 6 to 12 months. U.S. Open finalist. Continuing to strive for that elusive first Grand Slam. Tall order when you got the likes of Sinner, Djokovic, Alcaraz around him. Just for starters. Gotta put more on it than that if you're Fokina there. It's a sitting duck.
Yes! Yes!
Impossible for him to dig it up.
He sees where he's standing, so he's trying to angle up that serve out to the deuce court. It's a good look from here. Actually hit it pretty well, but that's a fantastic return.
14-15.
Yes!
Pretty much did the same thing there. He's daring him, okay? Let's see if we can do it again. He's going to go right into it as he should. He's standing to return the serve.
Fritz leads 4-2. First set.
Yeah, rich variety of serves. You can see how they are under a minute and a half. And again, he's got the 2-game cushion. There's Joshua. Alongside him, promoter Eddie Hearn.
Now 15.
Some forward across court.
Definitely the type of shot he wants to hit. Just got to credit Fritz. I mean, he looked out at that point, but he still couldn't give it a go. Didn't miss that by much. See that wide serve for Davidovich Fokina. Fritz has cut it off, basically. He's not going to let him do it.
Nice switch.
So that's where the body serves come into play. Try to jam him so he can't extend the arms. That's what he tried there. It worked.
Yes!
You said Felix Mantilla was up in that box, is coaching him?
Yeah.
Well, he should be, hey, too many errors you're making. You're giving him too many points. You got to be more disciplined. There's Felix on the right.
Yeah. Just hiding.
To get away from him in a hurry this first set.
Yes!
He was actually on court yesterday, Fokina. Fritz spent parts of the first 3 days playing.
Yeah.
Late into the evening. He'll be thrilled if he can get through this fairly easily. And be done by, say, 4 o'clock.
Yes.
That was a waste.
When are we going to get AI to, as soon as he says whatever he just said to his team, that it translates to us? Like,
Yeah. But
what's wrong? Come on, pick it up, these tech people.
Johnny's going to go further than that. It'll be taking over your and my jobs.
So, I didn't want you to bring that up, but okay. He wants to get out of this game so he can at least stay within 1 break.
Advantage, Davidovich Fokina.
Throw the toss up higher. Mantilla was a pretty darn good competitor, too.
Yeah, top tenner.
Mm-hmm.
He had some wheels on him, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Just double faults.
First double.
Yes.
That's a big point you get lucky on.
Advantage, Fritz.
That is a really tough shot to pull off as you're sliding forward. Virtual set points to me for Fritz. It's over this set if he wins this. At the double break.
Use.
Not able to pull the trigger then.
Advantage. WWE cookie.
He's not used to hitting the forehand return after those first two matches. He's just blocking it, so he's
Yeah.
trying to find his range again.
Yes.
Wild on the forehand side. The stress, the pressure, the expectation so far in the center court matchup. Seemingly getting to both of them, but more so the server. Doesn't seem settled out there.
Yeah, just a bit of a slip didn't help Taylor as he moved across.
Advantage, WWE cookie.
Survives, and still trails by that opening game
Leads 4
break.
games to 3. First set.
Great. What is the low 70s?
Come out to
Emotionally recover, showing a lot of resistance.
Thank you.
Beat Zverev here last year to get to that quarterfinal matchup. That's a terrible shot. Wow. Can't believe it. It's still going on. It's crazy. Maybe that'll
15.
relax him a little bit because he should have won this probably 3 times. But that was improvisation at its best.
Yes.
It's one of those that felt good on the racket. You can't believe it's wrong.
Maybe you forgot there was new balls. They fly a little bit. You got to come over them more, bring that ball down. Use your skills hitting topspin. He can certainly do that.
Yes.
left of our screen in the green hat, Wolfgang Oswald, his trainer, should be given a lot of respect too. Taylor to buy into his routine, leave no stone unturned. He's loves traveling. It's those lifers, those tennis lifers.
Yeah.
You're one of them, Simon.
Thanks.
There's Wolfie. There's the ball. That's good.
Yes.
Consistently solid, Chris. It's really impressive.
Fritz leads 5-3.
I came away from this opening set. He was a brilliant junior. Fritz won the US Open back in 2015 juniors, runner-up at Roland Garros. But it took its time to make inroads. I thought maybe top 20 was as good as he got. Then he got top 10. Now he's got top 5.
Yeah, I thought top 10, but I'm really impressed that he's taking that next step. You get to a final major.
Yes.
His mother reached, I think, 10 in the world at one stage.
Yeah.
So that's 50 credentials. Father was a teaching pro. So he's been around the sport since he was a little baby.
I'm sure he wasn't a little baby.
Something tells me. It feels like if he gets in those type of exchanges, he can do that all day. Fritz. And right now, to me, he's gotten in Davidovich Fokina's head a little. Not quite sure what to do here.
Decent chance to get to set point there from Fritz. He wouldn't come forward, would he?
He doesn't like to do that. He'll depend on his ground strokes, hit another good one. He's got himself set point. Every now and then. Both guys have been to the net sparingly 7 times each.
Here it is then, set point.
Both guys having trouble with that forehand, trying to time that. It seems to be skidding a little, and they're trying to get under it, but it's been a little bit problematic.
advantage. Davidovich rookie.
Davidovich at the block from Davidovich Fakina. And he keeps the set alive and forces Fritz to serve for him.
Oh!
Yes!
You know, Russell, his coach, and Anacone, who used to come to net on his opponent's first serve. Literally. I thought he was joking when I played him.
Yeah.
He was literally coming in on first and second serves that you were hitting. You're like, what? So to see him do what he just did, it's got to put a smile, certainly, on his face to finish at net.
30.
Yes!
Vintage Taylor Fritz.
Walk it up.
Yes!
So after just over a quarter of an hour, 3/4 of an hour, it's 3 set points.
Oh! Okay,
Yes! Die Faust wieder Taste. Oh! 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 Oh!
That's the result. Not that much.
Has been spraying the forehand, both guys actually.
Yes!
Oh!
Boy, that's a loose ball.
Yes!
2 in a row.
Got to be careful. This guy did. He was picked off in the opening game of the first set. Doesn't want the same thing to happen here.
Don't remind him. It's still in his head. Right? And that's exactly what he's thinking. Don't do it again. So he's going to go bigger in this serve.
Yes!
And, oh, I think that was it. Yes, it was.
18, 40.
Just enough topspin. Dragged it down, and here are 2 break points.
Left for service. Out! 30, 40.
Con esto y la mete en la línea.
That's out.
Well,
So
did,
you got to explain that one to me.
yeah, no, I can't.
Well, that's why the crowd's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Fritz should be like, wait a second.
Yeah, he obviously didn't see what we saw.
No, because if he did, he'd be like, hey, oh, hang on.
I was doing a tournament in Mallorca last week. There was a call about similar to that. Then they showed the picture. It was in. They changed the call.
Huh.
Yes!
First game, second set.
And a sluggish Walker.
Change
shaking
court.
his head. He hates himself at the moment.
Let's not go that far. I know what you're saying. I've been there. Just exactly what he didn't want to do. To come out in the center court, lose his serve the first game, then say, all right, lost the set, buckle down, make sure you get ahead here. No, can't do that. Hence the grumbling. Why does he keep hitting lines? Nothing's working. So I think he's got to get some more positive energy. I know he better start doing it soon.
Well, as you said, he is resilient.
He is.
He's a fighter. He needs to fight now.
Yes!
Dropping shots like that, it's going to be tough.
15 left.
Excellent depth by Fritz for the most part in this match. Really doing what he needs to do. He's feeling a lot of pressure, Davidovich Fokina.
Yes!
It's gotten into his brain. His brain's like fogged up right now. He can't think clearly.
Yes!
All of a sudden, he's starting to drift away in a hurry. Got to stop this momentum. It's building, minute by minute.
Fault. Okay.
Yes!
Quickly endorsed.
You would say to me at Laver Cup when he was serving it, John, I can go to the 140s if necessary, but I think he's actually better off pulling it back a little. He's more in the 130s, keeps the percentage really high.
Sometimes it's difficult to reconcile the player who's playing in this game, Davidovich Fokina, with the guy who played in the last game.
This is what he wanted to do the last game.
This is how good a player he really is.
Just shows you what nerves, emotion, the pressure do to you. Because I guarantee you this is what he wanted to do the first game. But he was thinking about the first time. I don't want to do that again. And then you start getting a little tight. Just next thing you know, you're down to setting a break.
Yes!
Let's give that a tap.
He's finding his range now on that forehand. Just handling that low ball better. He's using more spin, more racket head speed. It's ironic that over the years, the harder you swing, the more you can control it with these strings, these frames now.
High class game, that one. And he's back with us, but damage has been done. Maybe too much damage.
Fritz leads 2-1, second set, and 1 set.
But good to see him reacting like that.
Boys.
Fault.
It's a 50-50 rally, and he's got to win a few of those.
Yeah, well, that's where the discipline comes into me. You've got to make sure that you execute that shot. You don't go for an outright winner. You make Fritz hit a really, really tough shot. He hasn't done that enough.
Good stuff. Amazing get from Fritz. That was squashed him. And didn't win him the point.
15-0.
Because of his effort, his defense is better. And he makes you hit more balls, Fritz. I mean, he hung tough as long as he could there.
Fault.
Yes!
Not a lot of positive vibes in the Spanish box.
Fault.
Fritz just kicks his second serve in, so it's probably a good play by Fokina to step back, use that ability to hit some top spin, get it deep. Got the error there. A lot easier to return Fritz's second serve.
Yes!
Quickest serve of the match, that 137. As good as anything we've seen. Again, astonishing retrieving for
Great
Fritz.
get there. Great get. He actually did something with it. And that would have been a hell of a way to end the point. He was able to take that slice and move forward. Maybe a little winded at that stage. Someone's right near us, Simon, has seemingly having under some distress. So they've stopped the match.
Yeah, getting the umbrella up. It's obviously heat related. And Fritz is bringing some order, recognising what's needed. Dumaswa on the walkie-talkie, just making sure there's enough help. Just lean out on our commentary box so we can see that.
She's conscious. She's they should have for the elderly. There should be a shade only at a certain point. That's a lot to ask. Sit there for. Well, I don't know if she's was planning on being here for the entire day, but it ain't gonna happen now.
Meanwhile, Felix Mantilla, full of instruction here.
Only allowed instruction when you're on that side of the court. Fritz should be allowed to go over there if he want, although they could hear each other. Listen, you do that.
Yeah. So they're going to sit down for a moment while we see that everything's getting checked out. You like the coaching rule?
I don't. No, I'd like to.
Uh-oh.
Arthur Asher's
Yes.
closer. Been 5 minutes. But, it's gotten into all the sports. That's the way to go.
Yes!
5-minute break. That serve's been there, by the way, for him, of where Davidovich Fokina's been returning. Tougher to angle off him here. That's why he's in closer. But I think he needs to stand in closer on the deuce court. And you do practice that shot all the time. Any coach will tell you if you can hit the regular over it, hit the forehand, not the backhand one. So back appears to be better now. He's got that flexibility back.
Yes!
Really nice forehand for Fritz. He's flattening it out.
Taylor Fritz.
the inside part of the ball to have it spin away from his opponent. Beautiful shot.
Oh.
Yes.
It's got to be one of the worst shots he's hit today. It's the court's fault.
Yes!
Advantage.
Got to figure out how to handle that serve. It's going to be a short day for Fokina. Look at this.
Great skill, but if you wanted an example of what extraordinary movement he has now, Fritz, there was it.
Extraordinary effort.
Yes.
I mean, the ball should have been put away. Let's face it, that volley was pretty bad. But he got away with it in the end. I don't think he thought Fritz would even try for it. Great point again. You gotta love this.
I thought it was a danger this match could be one-dimensional, but it's brewing far from that.
Fritz, the all-out dive again.
Advantage. David Fokina.
Saw that against Diallo the other day. Bleeding from the arm. You gonna say this doesn't go all out 100%? Oh, he's bleeding again. See, that's that same cut. He's got to get work done. No blood on the court, says the chair umpire.
It spoils the image at Wimbledon.
Spotless. Like just green. You're just gonna have to sit and wait for the doctor to put a Band-Aid on.
Another vocal
Massive
timeout.
matches.
Mental, emotional.
Oops. Yes!
That's weak effort. It's gotta be depressing.
Going back to the story that we've had here, that these missed opportunities. 0 out of 5 on break points now.
Yes!
That didn't look good. The next just went from under him.
I think he hurt his feelings more than he hurt his body. Either way, it sort of feels like crap. Yeah. just like another chance gone. I'm going to sulk a little bit down there.
Advantage
We
Fritz.
haven't seen a whole lot of that this Wimbledon.
Yeah, it was so hot and dry. I
Yeah.
dried the courts quicker.
Yes.
One of his better returns of the day there. Says, please let me see some second serves. Fritz's percentage has dropped so far in this second.
Yes!
Gotta make that. That's why you hear him scream. He knows it. We all know it.
Advantage Fritz.
That's how much it hurt.
Yes!
Fritz.
It's hardly a comfortable hold. It lasted 20 minutes, obviously a couple of
Fritz leads
delays
3
along
against 1.
the way.
Second set.
Have a look at the position receiving on the second serve. There's Davidovich Fekina. Way back, that's where he's taking the ball between 3 and 4 meters. And Fritz
Well,
right up.
yeah, Fritz has been doing that throughout the tournament. He's taking it to his opponent. The serve must look a whole lot slower to Fritz than his first 2 opponents. Why change the formula now against a server that's not nearly as big? Davidovich Fekina is trying to find his range. That's why he's backing up on the second serve.
30. Taylor.
Taylor's 7 just got stuck for a moment.
Fritz leads 3
3-2.
against 2. Second set. And 1 set to.
So the previous game, 20 minutes. This one just 1 minute and a half. And so far it's been the same sort of pattern, hasn't it? Just one iffy service game from Davidovich Fekina. Cost him in the first set, may well cost him the second.
Yeah. It's hard to deal with nerves and stress as part of the plan. Like, okay, I'm going to be nervous when I go out there, so I'm going to play it safe, not go for as much. I suppose that's one way to approach it. The other way is, well, I'm nervous, so I'm going to try to hit a couple big serves, maybe push it a little, hopefully get some free points. And then there's the other option, which could be, hey, your opponent's, higher ranked, and he's going to handle it either way because he just had a return Petri Parikot serve. So my thing's going to look like a pancake. So what am I going to do? So he's got all these things like flying through his head
Time.
as he tries to deal with, doing something that he hasn't done. Advanced deeper in an event. Wimbledon than he ever has. Get to a fourth, right? He's sparse when he's made it to the second week.
Yeah, got to the quarterfinal of Roland Garros. That was 4 years ago. Never beaten a top 5 player in a slam.
Turned 26 early last month, so Still got some tennis ahead of him. The newly married man from Spain. Let's see if he can find a way back in this set. This will be a big, big hole from 2 sets.
Yes!
He just slipped a little bit, and that didn't allow him to get back in just enough time to find that 2-hander up the line.
Yes!
Ball.
Yes!
Ball Taylor. Ball.
Well, he read it, Fritz, but he just wasn't able to do it.
Ball Taylor 15.
Yes!
No answer for that serve. Fritz Lee continue to control things out here in the 3rd round, center court. Set 4-2 as these guys go up, change rackets, and get some new balls again. If they want to ever speed up matches, don't allow it. They stop, have a drink. It's like in changeover.
I'm with you. I mean, to be honest, I'd quit all the sit-downs apart from end of set. Everything.
Wow. That is,
No, I think tennis
that's
needs it.
seriously old school.
Tennis needs it.
Tennis needs what?
It needs to be quicker. Attention spans are getting
Yeah, that's true.
lower and lower. And they want to bring young people into this? Come on.
You also an advocate of best of 3 as opposed to best of 5? That would quicken it up.
15.
Maybe best of 5 after quarterfinals onwards.
We did that, I think the first year or 2 I played the Open, it was best of 3, the first 3 rounds. That's well.
Yes!
You get a compromise, best of 5 at 2 sets all, they play a 10-point breaker.
15.
That'll quicken it up. You don't let them, when the new balls, you can wait one more game. It's not going to change the course of history. Oh my God, I got to get a new racket. The other one's horrible. Just hit an ace with it, a pointer. It's still, I think it's okay.
I was listening to Jess Pegula earlier on. She didn't last long in this tournament, but she's always talking sense. And she said, they said, did you watch Sinner and Alcaraz in Paris? And she said, I can't watch 5.5 hours of tennis.
Well, that's a sad reply from one of our best players.
And she said, rather than women playing best of 5, how about all of them playing best of 3?
Ball. 31.
double faults.
I'll agree 5.5 is an awfully long time. Thinking about it is for the players. These guys, they were still battling big time at fifth set tiebreak.
14, that's it.
As quick as he served in the match, 130. Just the right time.
Fritz leads 4 games to 3. Second set and 1 set to.
He clearly went for broke there, but it paid off. Maybe get the adrenaline pumping a little more. Definitely provide a little buzz for the crowd to see him rocket that forehand for a winner. It's pretty toasty here in London, 79 degrees.
It's going to get hotter next week.
Is it?
Yeah, it's going to go right up to, what's it about, 90 Fahrenheit, 30 or 31, regularly.
You go Fahrenheit or Celsius?
We go Celsius here.
Oh.
Yeah, but we remember Fahrenheit. Well, that's all guys do.
Well, that's going to be an issue then. Let's see if that comes into play later in the event, if it does heat up. But it's a factor. It's warm, but certainly a lot better than it was the first 2 days of the tournament. Fritz continued to plug away the 5 seed. U.S. Open finals have been a bummer year for him in the majors so far. Trying to right the ship.
He's
Won 2 grass court events coming into this, so that had to feel good.
Yeah, the first American to win multiple grass court titles in a single year since Sampras.
that. First to this.
Did you win a grass court warm-up tournament before you won Wimbledon this time?
Yeah, Queens.
Yeah.
Queens was a good prep.
Fault.
We only had 2 weeks, so now it's 3. That helps.
Yeah.
You can play a couple of tournaments if you want.
Yes.
I was about to say Davidovich Fokina had found his range finally on the forehand. Only watch that one, let that one fly and lose control of that. Trying to play it safe. He's had no answer for that wide serve. He just is unwilling or unable to make any inroads. Doesn't know where his return position should be. When he gets closer, he just blocks it. And he's not putting much on that block. He's got to go after it a little more, get a little deeper if he's going to do that.
14.
Yes.
And he seems a bit twixt in between.
Mm-hmm.
leads 5-3. Second set.
So Davidovich-Fokina is going to have to serve to stop going 2 sets down. He has twice come back from being 2 sets down. In fact, that was in the same tournament in Australia earlier this year. 2 sets down against Ogier Aliassime. Won that one. In the next round, 2 sets down to Jakub Menchik and won that.
Yes!
Wins, but to me, this is his worst surface. Not the same confidence level that he has to get the job done. And he just looks a bit bewildered. He's a little depressed. Gotta tell him he just got married. So, feeling better about life.
Happy wife, happy life.
He'll learn.
Yes!
18 for
There she is, Paloma.
That to me is an unforced error. I don't know if it was listed there, but he's given away too many, to me, free points.
Not quite. Boy, he's defended well, hasn't he?
He's battled hard, as he often does, as he always does, actually.
Latillon.
That's part of why he's stressed, Davidovich-Fokina, because he's trying to find that balance of aggression, defense when he needs to, and it's been hard to come by to get it right, but that's a lot of it to do with Fritz. That's another
Yes!
flies away on him, and it's set point for the Californian.
Seems he can't stop himself.
Yeah, he's losing his serve the first game. It's just it's been like a negative vibe ever since. And this will really put him in the doldrums.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes!
And the difference on that side is Fritz is cutting off that slice is moving away from him. He just ripped it. So he's positioned himself perfect. Plus, he doesn't put as much on it as well. So there's another set point.
Hold. Hold.
Oh,
Yes!
takes against the foot. 2 sets lead.
Fritz leads 2 sets to none.
A real anticlimax for Davidovich-Fokina, but as you say, it was all set up really from the start of each set.
Yeah. It's been a methodical performance, an efficient one. Good attitude. He's been much more positive. Of course, it helps when you break serve first game in the first 2 sets. Now he gets to serve to start the set. So presumably he's going to take that early lead, so just pressure mounting big time on the Spaniard.
Just 6 unforced errors from Fritz in that set.
He's been rock solid. He's Davidovich Fokina spraying the ball too much. You see, hey, look at the net points won, 11 out of 12. He's got to be where he's had success doing that. Take it to Fritz. Don't let him push you around. Make him come up with some passing shots consistently. Could pay off. Use your quickness, which there hasn't been enough of an issue for him.
Actually, no, hold on.
Fritz is going to have to maybe, looks like he may have a blister on his.
Yeah, I need a fashion.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a delay while it's rebandaged. Maybe another bandage.
I would assume that'd be something he doesn't want to do when you're up 2 sets to love. Better safe than sorry. Give Davidovich Fokina more time to lament his fate out here, think about it, which presumably would get him more depressed. So he's got to have somehow an attitude adjustment, which is hard to do.
Heat 2. Davidovich Fokina was a brilliant junior. Won here back in 2017. Got up to number 2 in the world. But then, for one reason or another, found it difficult to break through.
Ladies and gentlemen, the physio has been called on court.
Very consistent over the last few years. Beat Djokovic in Monte Carlo. That's his biggest win. That was, what, 4 years ago.
Spent the last 6 years in the top 100. We talked about the career best 21. He's listed at 6 feet, maybe slightly less, but let's even give him that. It's tougher for these guys of this size. They're playing, it's like the land of the giants now on the tennis circuit. So it's not exactly easy to make that huge breakthrough unless you've got the ridiculous talent of a Carlos Alcaraz. You know, once in a generation talent.
So how far away are Alcaraz and Sinner from the rest? Djokovic, I guess, is third. How far away is a guy like Fritz from winning here?
Well, you know, he'd have to beat probably both of those guys. I mean, that you'd have to think, that, you know, barring some upsets. I suppose stranger things have happened, but there is, to me, a gap that those two guys are pretty, have really established themselves. I mean, what, they won the last 6 majors?
Yeah.
It's going to be extremely difficult, but listen, who knows what could happen leading up to that. It's not, you know, he's got to go with the attitude, and he's got the attitude that, you know, I believe I can win one. I got to the finals, and he was, that's as close as you can get, but to me there's a pretty healthy gap. Those guys bring their A game. I don't think that they're going to keep winning the majors.
It's his girlfriend on the right, Morgan. Well, strange things have happened consistently this week, but maybe not that strange that neither Alcaraz or Sinner.
I must say, this is, you know, wide open. It's very tough to win 3 in a row. So there's only a couple seeds left. You don't worry about what's happening until you have to get there. You know, that would be the semifinals. So there's also opportunities abounding for guys that, you know, even less well known, who never, you know, would have been thought of as making a run. So, but if you said I played Darderi or Jordan Thompson in the round of 16 to play, I'm looking, Borges, it says, Hachinov, Machrak, or Rinderknecht to get to the semis?
Yeah. It sounds weird.
You take that in a heartbeat. Alcaraz's quarter is more dangerous. Cam Norrie's there, who's down, by the way, in the first set, 3-1. Rublev is looking like he's going to
Taylor
beat
Fritz is now receiving a
Mannarino.
medical timeout.
Struff took Alcaraz to 5 sets here, I think, a few years ago. Jarry is the guy, he was one of those guys, you know, I don't want to play him, you know, type guys. And then you got Fonseca, who's the guy that, you know, he could very well, in a year or two, be the third guy.
You think he could be the real deal?
Oh, yeah. I think he's going to be the real deal. I think the pressure got to him. You know, he's only 18. But he's going to learn. And he's going to be awesome. I don't think he's quite ready yet.
It's certainly good to watch, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's got a major following, particularly in Brazil, but even known throughout the world. And every time he plays, courts are packed. So he's going to be around jostling with those guys, I feel. I think Ben Shelton has a chance to get in there. I think Menchik is another guy.
Yeah.
Young kid, 19, awesome talent.
No fear.
Absolutely. So, Fritz, this frustrating long wait for him, but he wants to get this right. It looks to me like he's got possibly some type of blister on his foot.
Yeah.
Which is weird considering how much he's played. He played 2 grass court events. Did lose first round of the French.
Yeah, it's really come to the fore on the grass. I mean, Stuttgart and Eastbourne.
Well, normally contenders. I mean, when's the last time at Wimbledon that a guy played the week before and won it? I'm guessing you're going to have to go way back for that one.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been Novak.
No,
Roger.
I don't remember him playing a tournament the week before. I don't remember Nadal. I don't remember Murray. I don't remember Sampras. You could keep going. Maybe I'm thinking Goron, the year he got the wild card, because his ranking was so low. Maybe he played the week before. I'm trying to remember the exact year we could get it, if anyone cares, when they went from 2 to 3 weeks, which would make it even less likely a top player would play it. So Fritz takes a gamble to me, doing that. He prefers match play, he says, than practice. I get that. I'm not arriving in London this Saturday night, Sunday morning.
Third
Playing
set.
Monday against Pechi Parikar.
Fritz to serve.
Little bit lucky he got through that as he finally gets back to the line to start this third set.
Let for sets. Let for service. Let for service.
If you want to quick and play when you play Let's on a serve,
Yes!
quick in a match by probably 10 minutes. Certainly make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Unpredictable, which the top players don't want. That's why they wouldn't go for it.
That's why all that I'm suggesting will get voted out in a heartbeat.
No warm-up. Introduce them and be exciting like a boxing match.
Yeah.
These guys are trying to take each other's heads off,
Yeah.
and there's no warm-up.
No. Can you imagine Anthony Joshua being told, Okay, just have a minute and pretend.
Let's spar with each other.
Yes!
I don't think so.
13 left.
Yeah! Wow. Just occasionally. A real humdinger from Davidovich Fokina. Yes!
Fault.
Yes!
Okay, free.
Comfortable hold for Fritz.
First game, third set.
And, a big game now for Davidovich Fokina, who's been not too reliable at the start. Now we can see here Davidovich Fokina, 17% of his shot making going short, and Fritz taking advantage. And Fritz just 8%.
Fritz is, obviously has a bigger serve, so that's put him in charge more often. And he's been more decisive with his shots. It just feels like, for whatever reason,
Net.
even though their head-to-head is close, 3-3, it doesn't look to me, feel, and they played last week and went 3 sets in Eastbourne, that how much belief Davidovich Fokina has.
If you left.
He's going to have to find it.
You know, he hasn't been completely outplayed here, but there's never been a moment really in this match when we thought, here he comes, here's the danger.
Mm-hmm. Well, he lost his serve first game of the first and second set. Immediately caused problems for him. He hasn't been able to use his speed to his advantage, impose that on this match.
Okay.
Finally, first time he serves in a set, he holds.
1 game on, third set.
Madison Keys has gone out. That's too bad for the Americans, hoping she'd back up that Australian Open effort. No answer still for that serve.
Yes!
Fault.
for Davidovich Fokina on that side is that if he moves over too far to cover that wide one, Fritz is skilled enough and tall enough to just go flat up the middle.
Fault.
He's going to probably rip this one out of frustration. Yeah. Fortunately, it's 40 love. He's down.
He ripped it well.
14-18.
Yes!
Fritz leads 2 games to 1, third set, and 2 sets to 2.
So, no breaks early on in the third set. Still a feeling that Fritz is in command.
Well, this would be awesome for him if he could get out of this in 3, though. Get another full day of rest before he revs himself up for a 4th round match. Get through at a pretty, he could be done with this by 4 o'clock. So this would be absolutely what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, it's been late nights all the way for Fritz, I'd say.
He says he slept well. Got to hand it to him if he could sleep well after that first round. And it was 2 sets all. Or he's probably just happy he was still in the tournament at that point.
Time.
Now he's back to like, I can win this thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's staying, whether he's staying in Wimbledon or in town, probably in town. So he's not going to get to bed till, past 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think all these guys are out here now. I don't know. Gone are the days where they stayed in the hotel, in London. You don't want to spend that. Traffic seems to be getting worse, son. I don't know about.
Yeah, it does. I still thought there were a number who stayed up in town.
Oh, maybe you're right. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You gotta love it.
Yes!
As rock solid as they come.
15.
And well appreciated by the Spaniard.
You're watching a guy who's 5 in the world against a guy 27 in the world. That difference is being exposed. A bigger server, a little solider on the ground. And that's absolutely helping him dominate pretty much.
Fault.
And he could, looking to close the door, get this thing over with in a hurry.
Fabulous. And he's provided quite a few moments like that, but you wouldn't know it from the scoreline.
Hustle again from Fritz. And also got smart play by Davidovich Fokina there. He needs this game big time. Nice skill to pull that out. It would have been love 40.
Just one break has decided each of the first 2 sets.
Yes, he has come back a couple times from 2 sets, but it's going to be a very tall order. He's going to have to hit a lot of shots like that.
Felix Mantilla, one of his coaches there, with arms aloft.
Fritz's defense has improved over the course of the last couple of years. His fitness is top-notch. Very well-played match for Taylor so far.
So break point, he's 3 of 11. And 1 break's been enough for the first 2 sets.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was going to tap it.
Yeah.
He knew that must have been seeming to him like it's coming in slow motion compared to the first 2 rounds he had to deal with. The Diallo and Pecci Parikar. That he had all day to line that one up. Well deserved.
Davidovich Fokina looking up at his box, shouting at them, waving one finger as if, I don't know what he was saying, but it looked like he was told to serve that way.
In the middle of the box with nothing on it?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yes!
That's called venting, son. I can't believe I'm getting beaten this decisively. But that's exactly what's happening. At the 2-hour mark, Fritz dominating. Finally, Davidovich Fokina standing in closer on this ad court.
Oh.
Try to cut that wide serve off. He needs something good to happen in a hurry. Fokina to stay in this. Maybe get lucky here. Couple loose balls by Fritz. Solid. Most of the longer rallies, he's won those. Hanging tough mentally, decisive with his shots. Excellent performance.
Retrieving from Fritz, but not enough. Beautiful point from Fokina.
This would be absolutely massive for him if he could get this break back.
He's had 5 break points in the match. 0 out of 5. Hasn't played the break points that well. It's not as if he's been by Fritz. He's just made mistakes.
That'll knock the wind out of you. That service absolutely killed him.
Fritz.
Has had no answer.
Yes!
Fritz just making him pay time and time again.
Yes!
Fritz leads 4 games to 1, third set, and
The game
2
is
sets.
very nearly up now, and Davidovich Fokina, your sense is doubly frustrated because he feels that. We talked about what a resilient character is, what a fighter, but this looks like too big a battle now.
Fritz has deservedly won a lot of respect in the locker room with his peers, with his effort, with his professionalism, with his desire to bring out the best in himself. That's absolutely what he's done. So deserving of his. He was 4. He dropped to 5 after the French. That's why he's seeded 5 here, but he's a heavy favorite to get to the semis in his section now. I mean, it's opened up beautifully for him. He's got to be licking his chops.
Time.
He's had an excellent grass court season, winning 2 tune-ups, so the confidence back after that first round loss at the French, the upset to Altmaier.
Has got to the quarterfinal a couple of times here, but no further.
Heartbreaker to 5-setter to Musetti, and then that 7-6 in the 5th, and Nadal, when Nadal defaulted the next match to Kyrgios, and Fritz is like, why didn't you shake my hand if you knew you weren't going to play? Because Rafa didn't know he wasn't going to play. That's why. But at any rate, he's got a great chance this year.
On way back to play the drop shot, but it was nigh on perfect.
Started off trying to use that shot pretty frequently. He's gone away from it.
Yes!
Honestly, his attitude's been fairly negative since losing that service game in the first game of the match. And then made it even worse when he lost his serve in the first game of the second set. First time he served.
13-18.
He served well throughout. 85% first serves in this set, 73% through the match, but just occasionally just thrown in awkward service game and it's been enough.
Yes!
So trouble timing that forehand. That's Fritz, so he's mixing up the spins, the pace of the shot. It's thrown Davidovich Fokina. Who had to finish up his match yesterday, so he had no rest for the weary.
Surprising error from Fritz. He was really dialed in at the moment.
Mules leads.
He's close to his career high, so he's playing some good ball.
Fritz
He's
leads 4
as
games
high
to
as 21. He's currently 27 here. Recently married, so he's on that high, that adrenaline high, after the French. And so he's got skill. He's an effort player. He's very fit. He battles. Just Fritz a level above serving and has not made nearly as many unforced errors. His focus, his intensity has been better than his opponent.
Fault.
Yes!
So solid for Fritz. Keeping Fokina on the defense until the point where he felt like he had to go for broke. And that was not a very high percentage shot.
Yes! Yes!
Rich variety of serves, but one thing they all have in common is consistency.
Yes!
Michael Russell, his coach alongside
Leads 5 games
Paul
to 2.
Anacone.
Third set and 2 sets to love.
It's hard to think of any other player, Simon, who's made that effort to get fitter. I mean, I'm sure every player's trying to do that, but it succeeded, and because of that, it seems like his effort level's gone up. Looks to me like his defense absolutely is better than it's ever been. His footwork, his speed around the court's better.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. He's not like his first step speed isn't what some of these other top guys are. And I'll tell you one thing, his effort is. And so he should be a perfect example to any pro out there. Do absolutely everything you can, and it will and can pay off.
Enforced layoff, but Sinner seems to have improved physically as a result of that. He is so much stronger, fitter, stronger.
Seemed like that was, if you're going to get a 3-month suspension, timing of it could have been better after winning Australia for the second time, coming back at his home tournament, so they didn't feel like threatened that fans would be tough on him, playing like as if he hadn't missed anything. Unbelievable match against Alcaraz, heartbreaking loss, but he battled into the 5th set, into the 5th hour. What, if anything, does Davidovich Fokina have left? Doesn't appear there's much fight there at this point. And even if there was, Fritz can shut him down on his serve next game.
Not many people were talking about Fritz as a contender for the title before this week. Perhaps the way things have happened this week, he's now got a chance.
Absolutely. He's one of the top, couple guys, fourth guy now, probably. Some of that based on his draw.
Out. 13 love.
mean, I'm sure he came into the tournament in the top, okay, 5, maybe, top 8 anyway. He's moving up in the possible winners.
Yes!
Currently the 4th favorite. This is exactly what we would have expected. Question to all watching: who's the 5th favorite in the men's right now, according to the odds makers? João Fonseca.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a huge ask. He's got the talent, that's for sure, but not the experience yet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think he's a year or 2 away, but he's going to be up there with those big boys, I believe. Not too distant future.
Yes!
Yeah, exactly. Dispirited, outplayed, outgunned. It's not his day. Credit Fritz. He's been smothering him, just making him work point after point.
Let persons.
That must have happened 20 times.
Yes!
Forehand flying on him.
And a familiar look as he saw it sail wide. He's running on empty now. Mentally, more than physically.
Well, I think he just proved that because that's the biggest serve he hit of the match. So physically, he's got something. Mentally, he looks like he's lost the belief.
Oh.
Well, here's his last chance. Hasn't broken the entire day. He's going to have to do it now.
And there have been occasions we've outlined through this match where he's had chances. 6 break points scattered through the 3 sets, but consistently he's not played the big point well.
Yes!
Normally he makes that in his sleep. Little different when you're in the center court at Wimbledon. Finally, a forehand that wreaks some havoc. Catches the line. Sits up that little bit. Fritz is in front of it. Well, it's giving Taylor something to think about at least here.
15-30.
He's not been shy of trying the drop shot. Most of them have worked. Here we go. 2 more chances. Last chances.
He had all day on this. That was one of the softest serves Fritz has hit. Made him pay. Don't get burned wide if you're Davidovich Fokina. He's looking. Looks like he's cutting that off. Smart.
Yes!
Lapping it.
He's thinking it could be the mother of all comebacks. Watch. He slips here. He got up quick there. That would have been an amazing shot. Still at break point.
Reincarnation of Boris. Anthony Joshua's in the box. Feels like a boxing match here. First one falls, then he gets up, falls again, then the other falls. But importantly, Davidovich Fokina is still in this.
Fritz leads
How
5
bleak
games
did
to
it
4.
look 3-4 minutes
Set
ago?
up to set it up.
I mean, you got to hand it to him. That's that was by far the best game he played. Was Fritz a little tight? Yeah. Missed a couple serves. But you got to hand it to the young man from Spain, the newly married man. I mean, when you see these guys diving all out and getting up, it's an awesome sight. That's why the crowd gave both guys such a round of applause. He can't believe he's still in this.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think you agree with me. He looks spent mentally, but that might give him a boost
Oh,
now.
of course. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. I mean, 15 love, he's looking up like, it's just more of the same, but somehow, there's another. This happened earlier. This also happened against Diallo. That's where this cut originated.
Yeah,
And this is now the second time that
Fritz is
come
now
out, 'cause
receiving a
he's-
medical timeout.
that all-out dive.
It's probably not happened to him in his career, and all of a sudden it's happened 3 times in the same tournament.
Yeah, that's probably true. And it will keep happening if he keeps diving. The scab will break off and start bleeding again. They don't like blood, Simon, on the center court.
That's abuse.
Use of court.
There's been plenty for the crowd in this match, even though it seemed almost inevitable after the early breaks in the first 2 sets, and even the break in the 3rd set. But
It seemed inevitable when he was serving for it at 15 love.
yeah,
I mean, this is like it's given a whole new lease on life for Davidovich Fokina potentially. I mean, yesterday he played what, 1 tiebreaker? It's not like he's spent physically either.
yeah. The Spaniard bidding to reach the last 16 for the first time here has reached the quarterfinal at Roland Garros 4 years ago. But this would be big if he could possibly turn this around. I mentioned earlier on, twice in Australia this year he came back from 2 sets to love down against Felix Auger-Aliassime and Jakub Menchik. Could it possibly happen here?
We'll see how Fritz handles this latest obstacle to his quest for a slam. Still just a game away. Still in the driver's seat. It's like he was just given a double espresso. Davidovich Fokina. The adrenaline is pumping. Can't believe he's still in this, he's thinking. Got to take advantage.
Come on!
Like it was long, but caught just a tiny bit. The balls that were going out now hitting the lines for Fokina. Another ace. I don't think he's jacked up right now.
Yes!
Absolutely crushed this.
14-15.
Only to see it come back. Luckily for Fokina, he's up 45 still.
It was 100 miles an hour, that one.
Yeah, at least.
Yes!
14-13.
Just the occasional error creeping in Fritz's game now. But that was more about the Spaniard. Sparkling tennis.
5 games on. That's it.
Falls under the category of you never know. And if he can pull out this set somehow.
Yeah, he could be very dangerous still.
Darn right.
18-11.
Yes!
Fritz has won a lot more free points off his serve. That should still help him get through this set, even if they were to go to a tiebreak.
Bolt.
Yes!
Taylor keeping very composed out there. No negativity at all.
Yes!
taking control.
4-15.
Yes!
Huge serve from the 6'5" Fritz.
Taylor Fritz gets a break point like this, he wins, the game is over.
And for the second time, Davidovich Fokina's got a serve to stay in this match. But this third set's been a bit of a thriller.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was going to be routine. Obviously, it's going to be 6-4, 6-3, 6-3, and who would have been all? Where did it all go wrong? But now he's battled. Fritz got a little bit tight when he was trying to finish it off, but he's kept that attitude, positive attitude that this Cannon still should win this in straight sets.
It's interesting with the slow-mo, the close-ups. You can see the intensity from Davidovich Fokina. You don't really see it from Fritz. And I thought he was almost too laid back a character to make it to the very top level. But it's deceptive.
Yeah, the blood boils inside of Taylor Fritz, and he shows emotion, gets frustrated, but he's handling it very well today as the favorite coming in. He's, for the most part, outplayed Davidovich Fokina. And if he starts getting negative, the crowd will see that, maybe feed off that, and get behind Fokina more. The crowd hasn't, been on either guy too much, just enjoying the tennis.
Perfect. For a lot of the match, those would just go the wrong side of the line. Now they're going the right side of the line. Similarly, the other way with Taylor. He's all right. Good wrong footer.
More fleet of foot, it's Fokina. He's able to use that speed here to get that early enough that he can guide it nicely up the line. Quick game. Looks like they're going to end this one in a tie break.
Fault.
What a tiebreaker.
So it will be a tie break to decide this. Taylor's played 4 tie breaks so far in this tournament and won a couple.
Snowy wants game.
Fokina has played just the one decisive one against Bonik van der Zandschulp in the last round. Won it.
I've been impressed by how unbothered Fritz has seemed to be since losing that serve and blowing this lead, but the blood's going to boil if he loses this tiebreak.
have played 3 tie breaks in their 6 meetings, and Davidovich Fokina has won all 3.
Yes!
Fault. Two, one. Davidovich Fokina.
Fritz wished he'd been able to get that a little lower, but well cut off by Fokina there. Not a gimme overhead by any means when you're trying to stave off defeat. Another inch, he's right. Maybe less. It's 22 out of 24 at net for the match. Say, maybe I should take it to Fritz here. Try to extend this. If given any sort of opportunity. Fritz has been working that wide serve most of the match. Fokina's in as close as he's ever been to cut it off. But
Yes!
he just hasn't been able to deal with that serve. Cost him another point.
Super.
More skilled at net than you realize when you study the game of Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. Current 27th seed and 27 in the world. 21 has been his career high, so this is a player. He's a battler. Both these guys are.
Never beaten a top 5 player in a slam up to now. Can he give himself a chance by winning this set? Just wasn't missing shots like that earlier on.
That's one of the first signs of frustration from Fritz. The court was open, it was there for him.
Looked a little tentative.
You've just served for the match. You know, it's all looking so easy. Yeah, getting a little nerve-wracking now for Fritz. Again.
Very close. Wow. First double fault of the match.
5-3. Davidovich Fokina.
Only a whisker, but it counts. Ammunition switches to the far end and a chance for the Spaniard to take control here of this third set.
Net versus.
Yes!
Tension filled as expected in this tiebreak, and that's why it was invented, I think, to stress out players even more. There's not enough going around.
If Volkino gets another
Set
point
point.
like this, then he is still live.
On the Fritz serve.
Net versus.
Oh, he got it. He got it. Oh, screw you, Volkino.
Brilliant effort from the Belgian
7 games to 6.
2 sets to 1 though. To
Fritz
Fritz.
leads 2 sets to 1.
Screw you, Alejandro.
What a reaction. And he deserves to celebrate because he dug deep there. We were saying that mentally he was on his last legs, it seemed. And then just given half a chance, this time he was able to take it in the third set.
Well, he was definitely on his last legs. I mean, he was 3 points from defeat. It's not like he wasn't trying at any point in the match. That's not Davidovich Fokina. He was dispirited, and your energy level drops a little bit. And it was a lot of it was because of what Fritz was doing on the court. But you got to hand it to him because the door opened ever so slightly. Fritz got a little tight on his serve and also in the tiebreaker. And now all of a sudden he's the guy with the energy. So it's going to be interesting to what happens when because they both left the court. So
They're the best stats. First part of the set belonged to Fritz. Second part, definitely to the Spaniard.
this wasn't about stats. This set that was about nerves and where you are and what court you're on. And how tough it can be at times to finish someone off, no matter who it is.
Did you sense that Fritz was getting a little tentative in the latter stages there as he was looking to close it out?
No, not until he played a couple careless points, at 15 love. I'm trying to think if Davidovich Fokina even hit any great shots to win that game.
No.
Hit a couple great shots in the tiebreak. But for the most part, it was just, to me, the nerve. You miss a few first serves, it gives him a little more time to do more with the serve, because he's had a lot of trouble with Fritz's first serve. So, if there's any more proof that you fight to the last shot, that you don't need more any evidence than we just watched.
And it must feel, I mean, bearing in mind what we were saying, that he was on his last legs mentally, Davidovich Fokina has been handed a get-out-of-jail-free card now.
Yes.
And he might be very dangerous.
He's going to be dangerous. I believe Fritz is, overall in this court the better player. So he's got to try to settle down and accept what happened, which is not easy to do. And if he does that, you saw his frustration when he lost it. But for the most part, he's kept very composed. I give him a lot of credit.
So, a lengthy delay at the moment. Waiting for both players to come back. Plenty to absorb. Not just the sweat that they've expended, but mentally. Different feel about the match now. And the crowd have lapped it up. Wonderful afternoon in the sun here. And they've been given a match to savour now. Most of them are departed from the royal box to get some sustenance, but they'll be back because you wouldn't want to miss sets 4 and maybe 5 in this match. The main features, of course, has been the slaying of the top seeds. Is that going to be maintained here, we should say? Rumble. It's still off court, but presumably be coming back very shortly. And it really does have a different complexion on the match now after a dramatic turnaround, because it really did look like Fritz was going to win this in 3 sets. Just a moment of faltering. Davidovich Fokina seizing his chances after struggling to create opportunities. He had 6 break-point opportunities in the first 2 sets, couldn't get any of them. But finally taking his chance when Fritz was serving for it at 5-3. Here comes the Spaniard. He'll get sustenance from the memories of those wins in the Australian Open, where he twice came back from 2 sets to love down against really good players, Felix Auger-Aliassime and Jakub Menchik, and made his way through to the 4th round where he lost to Tommy Paul. That the memories may still be within him. And Taylor Fritz has got to regroup. Looked to be in absolute control of this match, but suddenly it's a real contest again.
Time.
2 hours and 50 minutes we've been going, and who knows, there could be another couple of hours left in this.
Will Raducanu
Fourth set.
and Sabalenka get on tonight? They got to wait for the rest of this. If this goes to a fifth, they go 5 with Alcaraz.
Yeah, Alcaraz is not averse to a 5-7.
He'd prefer not to, but last time he played Struff, 5 sets here. So it could be a while for those two young ladies to get out on the court. I don't know if BBC would mind if they won about 9.
I think that would be perfect.
Which is looking more like a possibility, I'll tell you. At least 8 minimum.
30 clock.
Remember, early in the sets have been the problem service games for Davidovich Fokina. Broken in his opening service game in the first set and second set, and in his second service game in the third set.
I'd be more worried about Fritz the first time he
Yeah,
served
he's
right
doing
now than
terrible.
Fokina, just because these drastic turn of events. That mental strain of the first couple rounds, then losing, like pulling the rug out from under him. The energy's got to keep it up. Hard not to get a bit drained and upset with yourself after losing that. Those legs start to get a little heavier, even when they're not necessarily that tired.
First game, fourth set.
So he goes in front in set number 4. So that's what Davidovich Fokina has been able to do, turning points around, which he hasn't been able to do. You can see in sets 3, 46% points turned when he was on the back foot, winning the point. Fritz back to 21.
That's his bread and butter. You know, that's what's got him to, top 30 in the world. It's like a calling card for Davidovich Fokina. I mean, I just really respect the way he competes.
Yes!
Honestly, it was about as low energy in a way for him that I've seen. And it was mainly just almost because he just wasn't able to do his thing. He was feeling slightly embarrassed out there.
Yes!
13.
Trying to do something he's never done. Get to the second week here.
Net. First sets.
Yes!
14 clock.
Right around that.
Don't seem particularly stressed up in the Fritz box.
Net.
Nope, it's a false.
Net. First service.
Double faults. Nope.
Too good.
you're 40 love down. Just check Fritz's desire to run and make him run. In a game you probably won't win. Fritz says, no, thank you. Well, don't rely on my serve.
He plays a lot of those
Yes!
drops around the baseline.
Nope, it's a
just
fault.
inside.
That's where you want to hit him. Farther back you are, the longer it takes.
Yes!
The less offensive, presumably, you can be. Guys hit it bigger and harder than ever. The lowest odds for anyone to win this is 10,000 to 1. Fokina's in that group,
Is he right?
along with 4 other players. Nicholas Jarry being one of them, who just has won the first set against João Fonseca and is up an early break.
I guess because, the top two, Sinner and Alcaraz, have been so successful, it just magnifies the odds of the others.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
Fritz at 6
Yes!
is better able, also in his court position, to cut off that righty serve out wide, as he did there. Put it at the feet of Fokina. Gets the desired result. I'll tell you, the desired result, get this early break. Get rid of that cell.
Yes!
Face in his mouth. Having served for the match. This will help. Couple chances to get the lead. Right the ship quickly. Oh yeah.
Yes!
All that momentum which has been building fairly strongly, nipped in above there. Fritz breaks. There goes 2-1.
And 2 sets to 1.
Heads up play.
Look at where he stands for that serve. See, and he cuts it off. He doesn't move sideways. He cuts it off just enough to find the angle that's there, and you just say, absolutely perfect shot. It's tough for a guy 6 feet to get that angle that a taller guy can find more easily.
Yeah. Someone like Fritz gets it.
As a little guy like myself, laments, and watches these giants hit their spots and hit it hard. But Fritz, his attitude's been so good here in this tournament so far. I mean, he's been up against it, so he's deserving of an easier time as he moves forward if he can get through this one.
Yeah, he's shown that he's quite happy with the battle. He'd prefer not to have it, but if he has it, he'll go. 2 sets down against Mpeshi Perigard. Came through it. 5 sets against Gabriel Diallo from Canada. Came through it.
Both guys 6'8". And they can pack a punch with their serves. Fokina does not have that type of manpower, firepower. And he's lost that momentum he had worked so desperately to create. Another uphill battle for him. Test his resilience.
Oh,
Killer.
yes!
I don't think he needs to go as big. You know, he's done so well at net. Why not, be a little safer, move forward? You've done incredibly well so far when you move to net. 25 to 27.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did all the hard work. Missed the sitter.
Killer.
There just weren't errors like that in the first couple of hours.
There was
Yes!
serves like that the first couple hours, though. Continues to make an impact. Driving Davidovich, Fokine are crazy.
Yes!
He thinks it hit the line long, but the machine says otherwise.
Left for service.
Yes!
This is 16 and 17. The two-game cushion will score.
3-1. Fourth set.
He can't possibly be surprised that serve's going there at this stage, but gets burned again.
Yes!
He's flicking into overdrive again.
Went off the court after he lost that tiebreaker, came back. Has acted like you wouldn't know. He just give this guy another chance. He's back to business. He's going to test Fokine again to see if he's got enough energy and belief yet to come back again.
Yes!
I don't know what that slight forehand was, but whatever it was, Fritz says thank you. Said nothing on it, sat on the service line. Now he's like, look, I want the double break, get the insurance break, so make sure I don't lose this set.
His team looked pretty happy.
stroke game is
HAW Taylor.
really superlative right now.
Can he break him for the second successive time and get within touching distance of place in the last 16?
Yes!
We nearly counted it out before, but the count started again.
Fritz leads
Fritz
4 games
goes
to 1
4-1.
set and 2 sets to 1.
And as you say, John, the double break crucial.
Yep, it was impressive what Davidovich Fokina did to get back in the match. It would be amazing, incredible, unbelievable if he could come back now. This is why Fritz is the top player. The top guys are better able to let things go, more quickly.
Yeah.
And that's what he's been able to do. You realize I'm still in the driver's seat. He's passed so far this event with flying colors as far as what he's had to do in order to get to this point into the second week, we're assuming now.
As far as facial expressions go, he gives you very little, Fritz. And as you're saying,
It doesn't give you a whole lot, but he was pretty pumped up when he got that double break.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now I really got him. No mas, as Roberto Duran once said. It's Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm thinking that's what Fokina discouraged again. Understandably.
Over on court 18, Jordan Thompson 2 sets up against Dadari of Italy. It could be the next opponent for whoever wins here. Looks like Fritz, but let's see.
Yes!
It's not working for Fritz now. Whether he gets over there, finds that angle, that is, Rafa-like.
Yeah.
Fault.
Good return.
And where I'd be serving if I were Fritz. Take him out wide again.
Yes!
Wasn't really able to come back.
He's won a fraction of the points that have gone out wide. It was for him.
Fault.
Yes!
Running out of time. Responding now.
Yes!
That's, Taylor's run.
Fritz leads 5 games to 1.
He's looking totally assured now.
And why shouldn't he be? Just a mere blip now, that loss of the third set. That's where you go in the interview room after you've won and you credit your opponent. Incredible effort. He came back, but I rose to the occasion. It wasn't about me getting tight. You don't have to go there. Give credit where credit is due.
Still giving it everything. But he hasn't quite got the armory of his opponent.
I said to Taylor, you know, when I was in the Labor Cup in your backhand, why do you ever run around? It's so rock solid. I can do more with my forehand. Might miss it a little more, but he can go bigger, as he did there.
Yes!
Pretty lethal, those ground strokes.
As you say, it's like the third set didn't happen.
Exactly. And that's not easy to do. He's made it look easy.
Jetzt.
Like a 3 1/4 hours just shy.
Yes, we won!
Through to the last 16.